Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, September 19th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, we are looking at up here CDLX, and we had quite the movement on this one, no doubt about it. Very big volume on the day, and then some great price movement. So let's map out a couple of these key levels now moving forward. So the ideal level of support, when you say, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward? And that would be if the price, let's get this trend, there we go. There we go, what's going on here? I'm not sure why that's, there we go. Wow, we'll get through it, I promise. We will get through this. So there's the ideal of support. When you say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest? Definitely if the price can stay above there. Now, with that said, if the price falls below that area, that does not mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But preferably speaking, yes, if the price could somehow manage to stay above that level, that would definitely be a very impressive sign of strength. Taking a step back and looking at things from the bigger picture point of view, that is where the purple line down here comes into play, the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword there being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher, which is basically a trend line that's going to draw itself for you. So as long as the price is above the overall trend line, then the big picture price and big picture trend is still plenty in the bull's favor. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, key battleground to watch, nothing fancy here, basic logic, just asking where did the party finally stop today? And the party did indeed finally stop up here at $3.16. So that'll be the main battleground to watch moving forward. But like I said, nothing fancy there. But anyway, look at it. Great movement today. And like I said, if the price can actually stay above that green line, that'd be a very impressive sign of power. Next one here, LASE, and quite the eventful day on this one. Came up, came back down, and then another huge move, and then came back down again. So hopefully you're seeing here that just because things, come back down does not mean it's game over or anything like that. In fact, with the price coming back down, it's now created a nice pattern here. So let's get this drawn into place. So we have this area of resistance. We have this area of support. And then just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all the same color. So we have an area of resistance. We have an area of support. We have the nice upwards move right there. And then for you golfers out there, let me make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean that for sure guaranteed if the price consolidates out and comes up here, it's going to break up through there. But my point here, is it valid? Is it a rational question to throw out there that, yeah, break of that level could create upside buying pressure? Certainly a more than plausible outcome. So if you like this price range down below $10, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here, we are looking at NIO, and very, very interesting dynamic. This will mean a little bit more to those of you if you watch past videos, but we have been talking about that red line there at $7.40 and how the price, just hasn't been able to quite, maintain above it. And that's what we have here is with the price, it's above it, but it kind of, drops back below it. So we have essentially this little range kind of chopping back and forth. So the question mark, at least in my opinion, moving forward is can this price finally find enough power to not break above 740? Because again, breaking above that level is not the problem. The problem is maintaining above it and then getting separation and enough strength to create momentum to the upside. So that'll be the main question is can that occur and can the price actually make a push up through that level? So in my mind, that is the main question mark moving in to next to tomorrow on Friday. And so keep an eye on that dynamic. But again, it is making higher highs, and that's what you want to see. It's also building those higher bases. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose now. Moving forward in terms of that ideal level of support, as I talked about in the previous chart, the level that would be Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? Definitely if the price can stay above there. But as I already talked about in the previous chart, from an overarching standpoint, just watch that purple line. As that purple line moves higher and higher, as long as the price stays above there, the bulls are in full control. Next one here, ADAP. I'm going to go through this one quicker because I want to respect your time as much as possible, and you've already heard me talk about this pattern. So let's get the top part of the pattern mapped out right there. Bottom part of the pattern down here, change that to green. And then again, just to make sure everybody can see the pattern, let's keep it the same color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. Have the big upwards move right there. Have the golf hole down here. So we are looking at another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is this just happens to be a penny stock. So if you are somebody that prefers to stay down in the world of penny stocks, but you do like bull pennant patterns, then here you go. Next one, OPEN. This will mean a little bit more to those that watched your video yesterday, but if you did, hopefully remember me talking about that line right there, which was the ideal area. As I've talked about in previous ones, you know, ideally speaking, that would make it look the strongest if the price can stay above it. And you can see right here on this candle, absolutely beautiful job. Came down there and bounced very nicely right off that level. So far, so good. The price is remaining, in my opinion, at least very attractive because it's being able to stay above the trend line here. With that said, if the price does not hold above it, not the end of the world, because from the bigger picture, the price is essentially just in the sideways channel. So any breaks below there would still have it in between the channel. Now, a much more important break, if it were to occur, would be if the price were to break down below that 857-ish area. But as of now, the price isn't anywhere close to that level. And like I said, it still hasn't even broken down through there. But like I said, breaking below that trend line there, by no means would I classify that as the end of the world. And then as far as areas of resistance, nothing new here. Been talking about that resistance level up there around $10.70 and never really, you know, tested it at all. I take that back. I tested it earlier today here, but overall still has, you know, work to do as far as kind of trying to break out of the overall sideways channel. Real quick, want to take a break and help you overcome a very common problem out there, and that is this. People want to be day traders, and I am defining day trader as having unlimited day trades every single day, but they can't because of the pattern day trading rule. So if that describes you, then there is a way for you to totally not have to worry about the pattern day trading rule, and you don't need a whole lot of money at all. It's what I've been doing. So this is not me just talking in theory. I put my money where my mouth is. And quite frankly, it gives you access to a market that trades way better than penny stocks and small caps anyways. I do understand, though, if maybe this sounds a little too good to be true. Totally get it. That is why I'm inviting you. Come check out and see it with your own very eyes, as I have been live streaming. I start every day at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then I go for a few hours. So come swing by, ask any questions you have, and see it with your very own eyes. But yes, you do not have to be stuck under that pattern day trading rule. Next one, AERT, and started off very rough. Well, gapped up, and then made a very nice move here. And then this is where things got rough as the price dropped and dropped and dropped. And down around here, it becomes a very valid question to think, was this just a pump and dump? Was this just some sort of gap and trap? And the price finally gave an answer, and the price did at least level out. So going forward now, this level here at the 82.5-cent mark, I would consider a very important level of support. Again, no fancy logic other than the fact of that's just where this crazy pullback here finally not only leveled out, but actually now has a little bit of an upwards bounce. And now that becomes that much more, apparent, that much more possible that maybe this thing's getting ready to curl back upwards. Now, I wish I could say that just because it's going sideways, that's for sure going to happen. My main point is this. Let's just say the price dropped and then kept going, and then I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom. You'd be totally justified. I'd say, what do you, based on what? The price is literally still just going straight down. Well, that's not the case here. It has at least started to go sideways. So guaranteed bottom, of course not, but it makes a little bit more sense. If the price is going to try to curl back upwards, that key area right there at 97 cents is going to be a very important level. But if you like these sorts of circumstances where you get a big move, then you get a pretty violent pullback, but then all of a sudden the price starts to go sideways and you like penny stocks, keep an eye on it. Next one, NVDA, very, very solid move. Just talked about this one yesterday and how the price was trapped down around this area, but had a very, very explosive move. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these lines for now. And then we're going to go ahead and just, we have one of these patterns that you've already heard me talk about, but we are now looking at an overall bull pennant pattern. So let's just get this in play. We got that right there. There we go, got that level, change that to green. And then just to make sure everybody sees the pattern, we have our area of resistance, we have our area of support, we have the big upwards move right here, we have the golf hole down here. So we are looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. So if you like bull pennants, but you prefer them more so on very well-known stocks such as NVIDIA, well then here you go. Next one, INTC, absolutely crazy day today. And yeah, it's been a day of bull pennants because we have yet another one here. So I'm just going to go through it quickly so I can, like I said earlier, respect your time as much as possible. So let's change that to green, and then let's make this all the same color so you can see it. So we have our resistance, support, big upwards move here, golf hole down here, yet another bull pennant. Next one, BITF, and this is a little tricky to talk about because it's all about perspective. I mean, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within, 7 minutes, well then yeah, from that standpoint, things are looking very rough as there was a bigger pullback. But if you do care about just the overall standpoint, sure, today the price did pull back from its highs, but when you extend out this line here, which I've been talking about for the past several videos, I mean, that has been one of those ideal levels where if the price could stay above it, that'd be impressive. And the price has continued to stay above that area. Not only is it above the trend line, it's also above the purple line there, which you now know is that 50-period moving average. So the point here being is, yes, it did indeed pull back. You can't deny that, but it is still well above that area right there, which is a good sign. And then also, if you just take a step back and factor in, okay, well, fair enough, Clay, the price did pull back here, but what was happening before the pullback? Well, the price was here, and then it went all the way up there. So in that standpoint, you now are looking at a bull flag pattern, very similar to the bull pennant pattern. So don't get too hung up on the terminology, but it's all about the psychology. The psychology being a big move up, then a bit of a pullback, and now it's just a question of can the bull flag get continuation to the upside, stay within the overall uptrend. We'll see what happens. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and overall the chart's doing just fine. I'm sure there's a lot of disappointed people out there today though, because things did start off very, very well. It came up here, it was breaking out, and all of a sudden the price is pulled back. It's dropped back below the red line, and now it's even dropping down below the purple line, which you know is that 50-period moving average. Now that's all to say that the overall chart is still just fine, but more so a disappointment today. So I'm going to get rid of that level. And the main area of resistance now moving forward, got to think a lot of people have probably drawn in a trend line just like that. So keep an eye on that from a resistance standpoint headed into Friday. And then as far as areas of support are concerned, definitely the preferable level. And again, if the price falls below it, not the end of the world. But yeah, staying above that area right there at the 410 mark would be great. If 410 can't quite hold, then that's where the chart could potentially start to be headed down to, back below the $400 mark. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because as of right now, the price isn't actually even that close to the 410 mark. But keep an eye on it. But yeah, today individually, a rough day. But looking at the overall chart, looking at multiple days, you can see the price. So there's plenty of opportunity to just build this higher consolidation range and then potentially push up to even higher highs. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you are sick and tired of the pattern day trend rule, you want to be able to make as many trades as you want every single day, then definitely check out the link that you've seen on the screen. And if you're just extra skeptical, if you have any additional questions, you can always ask me down in the description or in the comment section below, or just swing by the live stream. And like I said, watch this all play out right before your very eyes. It's what I've been doing, and I absolutely love it. And I'm very confident you will too. So like I said, check out the live stream every day starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, and hopefully I'll see you on the live stream.